Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Again, we're at my job. I'm sorry for the crazy look. I didn't even have time to sleep and get ready to come to work, so it was just like a 10-minute nap in between everything that just happened completely all day yesterday. Well, I'll say yesterday because it's already 4 o'clock in the morning, and so I didn't even have time. I just went, took a shower, and found whatever the hell was there, got dressed, and came to work. So I've been posting on Twitter and about the situation that's been going on with my iPhone. Now, mind you, it's not even a week. Not even a week. I was posting about what was going on with my service on my phone. Actually, not just my phone, on Brody's phone as well. I'm so aggravated. Like, I don't even know how to be mad no more. That's how bad it was. Since I got home, I went to take a nap by 10 o'clock. Okay, I got home at 7 in the morning. By 10 o'clock in the morning, I was already completely up. I tried to go back to sleep, so I was in and out of sleep. So Brody was getting ready so he could go and do some certain things that he had to do. So by 12 o'clock, I was completely like up and about, ready to go. So I was talking to my sister because she told me the day before to call T-Mobile. And for T-Mobile, there goes my job phone. It's so funny. It was quiet again. So she told me to call T-Mobile, which common sense would have should have told me, hey Mel, maybe my sister is confusing which company to call. But no, because I kept asking her repeatedly, hey, you sure I had to call T-Mobile? She's like, yes, you have to call T-Mobile because T-Mobile needs to change your phone number. You know, give Sprint your T-Mobile number so you know to do a carry on. I'm like, okay, fine. That's what she said. Call T-Mobile. So I did call T-Mobile. I called T-Mobile the day before all this happened, and they're like, sure, you know, we could do that with no problem and everything. So I kept telling them, please make sure that it's just the phone number, that it's nothing else, just the phone number. Okay, yes, we could do that. We could do that for you. We could transfer your T-Mobile number to your Sprint number, but please let me get the Sprint account. So of course I asked my sister for the information to do that. Okay, still not worried about it. Okay, they're gonna do it. Everything's gonna be fine. Yeah. So they did that. Supposedly it was going to take 48 hours for the phone number to transfer from my Android to the iPhone. His iPhone, his old iPhone to the new iPhone. Those are the numbers that was going to switch. So we got a message saying that everything's going to be set, whatever. Then this morning, well, yesterday morning, we received a message saying that, no, first, I'm lying. I checked. I was playing with my phone. I was playing my restaurant story, and it kept showing little messages saying that something like a network was changing. So I'm like, okay, you know. And I go to Brody. I was like, hey, are you getting little messages saying something about your phone? Any little messages? He goes, no. Okay, so let it be. Then he finally got a message saying that the phone numbers were changed. Okay. But the numbers that it said on his was still a Florida number that was changing to his phone, which it wasn't supposed to do that. It was supposed to change and knock out the T-Mobile old phone. So he was like, it's changing the area codes to both phones. And that's when we were like, wait, why is it that your old phone is getting the new phone number when it should have been knocked out, and your new one should have the old number. Okay, fine, whatever. He tried to use his phone, his new phone. It kept on saying it wasn't activated. So I decided to check mine. Whatever. Because like I said, I'm not really into the phone, and obviously from the beginning, look what I dealt with. They were supposed to be delivered a week ago, and they didn't come in, and then it was just already bad vibes with the phone, which he's saying that I jinxed my own phone, but whatever. So what was it? Okay, so anyway, I was getting still that message, and he was telling me that his phones would change with the area codes. So I text my sister. My sister was like, go to T-Mobile. Okay, back again. Let's go to T-Mobile. So she was like, go to T-Mobile and make sure you get there before 2:30 because she had a meeting. And I was like, okay, fine. So, we left. We did what we had to do, and we went to the T-Mobile store. I was telling Brody, it was like, if they give you attitude, whatever, you go off, whatever. And, but if not, don't, take calm, be calm. We go in there, and his face was already mad. He was already pissed off for the fact that we were going through this. We go in there, and the girl goes to me, oh, hey, I remember you from Black Friday. I'm like, okay. And I told her the situation, what was going on. She was like, but that's weird. Why would T-Mobile even try to change your phone number when you're supposed to go to Sprint? And right there, it was just, I was already pissed off. Like right now, I'm already pissed off thinking about it and talking about it. That it's just very aggravating. Like, I'm totally pissed off, so I'm trying not to get mad. So she got the information. I gave her the old numbers, and I told her, can you do me a favor and see what they could do? Because Sprint from Florida told my sister to tell me to call T-Mobile, and T-Mobile will change the number. And again, kind of strange, whatever. But I kept asking, like I said, I kept asking my sister, you sure I have to go to T-Mobile? Yes, go to T-Mobile, call T-Mobile. So she kept saying T-Mobile, T-Mobile, T-Mobile. So the girl was like, oh, but that's strange because they're not supposed to do that. And I was like, listen, one second. Customer service. Sorry, guys. The security here, they should know all the numbers, but obviously they don't. Okay, so she was telling me that they wasn't supposed to do that, and that Sprint was supposed to do that, and I'm like, look, Sprint told T-Mobile, no, Sprint told my sister told me, and that's what I'm doing. And I was already, it's like so complicated. The story is like so complicated. So anyway, I was telling her, listen, I spoke to somebody on T-Mobile. First of all, I'm sorry. I don't have nothing bad to say about people, nationalities or whatever. But if you can't work in a customer service. Well, you can't work in a customer service if you don't understand English, point blank. If you cannot understand what people are saying to you, you should not be there. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not the only person that has thought that. Like, you call places and they don't understand English. It could be their Spanish. It could be their Indian. It could be Chinese. I don't care what it is. But if you don't understand English, why are you working in customer service? I'm fucking dumbfounded. Like, how can you work in customer service and not understand what the fucking person's saying? I don't understand. Like, Clearly, I told you all I wanted to do was change my number. I don't want to change server. I don't want to change companies. We just changed companies like not too long ago, maybe a week ago. Why would I change companies again within a week? I mean, we didn't even get our phones. Like, why would I even try to go back to T-Mobile when I just started Sprint and I didn't even have a chance to freaking explore Sprint? Why would I change it back to T-Mobile? Like I am so frustrated, like really frustrated. Like I have no phone. No phone. I mean, it's fucking annoying because I had to pay for my bill, but then with no phone, and then now I have to send both. Yeah, I'm so frustrated that it makes me want to cry. So anyway, so the girl was like, okay, we'll fix it, whatever. She'll try to fix it. Then she called and they were like, what was the phone numbers? And on top of that, she comes and tells me, oh, guys, sorry, we lost your phone numbers. You have to wait 24 hours to 48 hours, but there's no guarantee you will get your old numbers back. So I'm like, okay. At that moment, Brody wanted to throw his phone. He was so aggravated that he left the store. He left the store in Sprint. He got so aggravated that me and him like just crashed because I was like, okay, calm down, whatever. And he was already so annoyed. And when he's annoyed, he's just in his own little world, and it was just so frustrating. So she goes, she went on the phone. She started calling and everything. She was there for a while, and then all of a sudden she just told me, yeah, so you have to wait again 48 hours for your phones. And she was like, so why don't you go to Sprint, and see what they could do. Okay, first of all, it was T-Mobile's fault. Why do I have to go to Sprint when you messed up? You should be fixing that. Not her, not personally, that girl, but their company. So they couldn't do nothing. So we left. And at that moment, me and Brody are ready crashing. Because he was mad, and I'm like, yo, what are we going to do? And he didn't want to talk, so I have a temper. And he was just so mad, and I got mad at him, and we just started walking, whatever. And I saw Sprint. I was like, are we going to go to Sprint or what? So he was like, yeah, whatever. We walked to Sprint. He calmed down. Then I go to him and was like, take your attitude out on them. But if they're acting nice to you, don't take it out on her, because it wasn't her fault, and she wasn't she wasn't being rude. Like, okay, if you go to a store and they're giving you attitude, I'm sorry, you're giving it to me, I'm gonna give it right back. But when somebody's like really trying to help, it's fine. But since he was already aggravated for the past 2 days, okay, I understand where he was going. And so he was like, whatever. He tried to calm down. So we were inside the store. So he went into, the music section, and he found this little entertainment music thing, and he was like, oh, that's cool and everything. So he was calming down, And then I found him little Pokemon stickers, and he was chilling. But once he heard that we were supposed to return, we're going to have to return both my phones and his phone back to Florida. He lost it. He lost it. He left. He was like, yo, he left. I went outside to look for him. I couldn't find him. I couldn't find him. Either way, I should have figured that he went to go get something to eat, but I was so annoyed. I was like, you know what, whatever. He left. And she goes to me that they canceled my plan. Okay? They didn't even change my phone number. They canceled my plan. I mean, why would they cancel my plan when I never even told him cancel my plan? Like, why would I just get a brand new phone? Fucking, especially fucking Apple. And you're gonna cancel my plan. Like really? Like, you canceled my plan for what? I never told you to cancel it. I told you to change my number. So the girl called and was trying to, convince them to fix my phone. And all I hear her saying, you're gonna have to pay money. And I'm like, what is she talking about? So I went to her and I didn't care that they were on the phone, and I was like, what do you mean I have to pay money? She's like, oh yeah, because they're saying that you have to pay a cancellation fee because T-Mobile just brought your phones from Sprint. And I was like, first of all, again, nicely, I was like, how can they buy my phone from Sprint when I didn't even tell them? I didn't even give them the authorization to buy my phones and to cancel my plan. I thought you have to give them the okay, and they have to make sure that you're fine with the plan, not just go and do it without asking. I mean, so anyway, that stupid lady, I'm sorry, because right now at this moment she's fucking stupid. She canceled our plans. And yeah, she canceled them. So anyway, she canceled them. So the girl tried to get them back. She hangs up the phone and she tells me again, listen, T-Mobile brought your phones back. The same thing that your sister did in Florida. She went to Sprint and Sprint brought your T-Mobile phones. That is what T-Mobile just did. They going to they about to buy your phones from Sprint, and that's gonna be a $600 bill plus my Galaxy. Okay, this Galaxy phone is not even a year old, like I was saying yesterday. I got it in June, so July, August, September, October, November, December, January. 7 months. I'm only paying $20 for each month for this phone. It's not even close to my $600. So you're going to charge me for my iPhone, because my iPhone is almost $700, because it has the 64 gigs. So let's say between $600 to $700 plus this phone. So let's give it a take $1,100. That's the bill for both of my phones. Sprint paid for the Galaxy, but now T-Mobile brought it back, so now they're charging me for that if I don't send these two phones back. Brody's phone is paid off, but the new one, yeah, the new one's free, so he was fine. So both his phones are, we don't care about his phones right now. So that's $1,100 if I don't return both of my phones. Okay, that's one. So she was saying that either do that or send both of the phones back. I was okay. You know my ass is gonna send both of the phone back. Like, I called my sister and oh my god, I was complaining to my sister and her wife on the phone and the streets, and I did not care who was around. And usually I do not argue in the streets unless you get me to the point that I'm just gonna blow up. I don't like people in the streets knowing when I argue or anything, because that's not their problems. Unless, like I said, you get me to that point that I'm just gonna blow. So the only place that you will find me arguing is either in my house or, you know, in my family house. But in the streets, I try not to. So I was like at the point that I just wanted to kill my sister because she told me to call T-Mobile. And mind you, I should have listened to myself. Brody was like, we should have listened, because Brody was also too was like, that's kind of strange. We should go to Sprint. We shouldn't go to T-Mobile. I was like, well, my sister, whatever. So I didn't argue with my sister. I took it out. Like, I didn't take it out on my sister's wife. I had to let it out. So I just went and I blew it off. And then she was telling me that she's going to call, the guy from Sprint is going to call me. And he's going to walk me through the whole thing. I am so sorry that this is like taking a long time, because I'm trying to get everything on it. And anyway, so sorry about that. So let's fast forward. So I argued or whatever, and she said she was gonna tell the guy to call me, and the guy was gonna call me before 4 o'clock and everything. And I'm like, fine, whatever, I don't care. I was like, and I'm gonna let you know that I don't want you to get mad if I take it out on the guy, because I know me. Like, you don't know my mean side. You don't know my temper, because she's new to the family, so she doesn't know how far I could go. So she was like, it's not his fault or anything. I was like, I understand it's not his fault, but I am so heated already that I'm like a shark right now, that I'm just gonna take. So she was like, he's gonna call you before 4 o'clock because they're busy and everything, so he's gonna call you. I'm like, okay, fine. At this moment, I texted Brody, and I was like, where are you? And he was like, oh, I'm next door in BK's. Because he did come in to bring me something to eat, because we did not eat. So I'm already heated, and I go in there, and I was already mad, and I was like, oh, why did you leave me? I was like, why? Like, so he was like, I went to go get you food or whatever, and I couldn't be in there because I was going to go off. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I ate my food, and I was thirsty because he didn't get me a soda. So I was already mad at that, and then I'm like choking here, and I was like, let's go, because I need to go get myself a soda. And he stood there for a while, and I was like, okay, whatever. So we left. Then as I'm walking, I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe it'll be fun to just go to Target and pick up a bike mount, that we bought a bike mount for his bike. Okay, it's supposed to be delivered to Target, because I'm not sending mail to my house no more after they stole my makeup and the situation with the phones. I was like, okay, fine. I'm gonna go to Target to pick up my package. I go to my email. I go to Target. Target said it canceled the shipment. Target's been canceling the shipment since December 30th. Okay? It is the 12th. They've been canceling. They've been taking the money out. They've been just transferring the money back in. They've been charging me, and then they put the money back. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, seriously. Like, January already has been so bad. So, I went to the bank, and I did not wait in line. I saw people sitting there, and I was like, whatever. I went to the guy. I see these people every other Friday. I go to him. I was like, look, I just have a question. Target keeps taking the money out and putting the money back in. He's like, as long as it still says pending, it's not gonna go through the transaction. I was like, okay, but again, it was blue and then it's red, because with Chase it tells you when it's blue and red. Blue is that they completely took the money and everything, and the red is be pending. I was like, okay, it's turning red and blue. And he was like, right now it's red, so you're fine. If it tomorrow, if it if it goes blue and you don't get your package, we'll stop the payment. Okay, fine, whatever. I was like, okay, you know what? I was like, thank you, and I just left. Walking, go home. At that moment, and you know what? I am trying so hard not to smoke cigarettes. I was like, I don't care. I asked the neighbor for a cigarette. I smoked the cigarette. When in the house, it was already 4:38. The guy still hasn't called me. So I texted my sister-in-law and was like, yo, your friend has not called me yet. She goes, okay, you know, he might be busy, whatever. Fine, whatever. I fell asleep, and I fell asleep with that good sleep. Not even probably 20 minutes. They call me. So I'm here explaining to the guy, and he was like, oh, but they shouldn't have done that. What happens? My phone shuts off. I have no service since 4:40 in the afternoon. And my sister's been trying to fix the phone situation from 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night. They are charging my sister an extra $1,000 to do the cancellation. So not only they fucked up my phones, they took me off the Sprint carrier. Now they're charging my sister an extra $1,000 to connect my phones. So it's almost what? Almost $2,000 if she does that and they don't work and I have to send it back. Like, are you kidding me? For 2 fucking phones that ain't shit? Like, I am so sorry, guys, that I'm sorry it's like 26 minutes long. I'm just like so aggravated. Like, it's not even worth it. You know, if it was because there's no freaking payphones out in the streets, I wouldn't even give a fuck about the phones. I wouldn't even give a fuck. That's how pissed off I am. It's like, you need a freaking phone out in the streets because God forbid something happens to you. Nobody's gonna freaking know where you at because not even no payphones. And I don't even know how we survived when we were younger. Like, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sorry. So I guess what affects me more is that I'm not gonna be able to do videos for a while. Yeah. It could be a week, it could be 2 weeks. Anyway, guys, I am going to get off. And I will try to keep y'all posted on Twitter or Facebook or anything I could do. So I'm out. Bye, guys. Alright, guys. I don't end my videos with just a bye. I'm so sorry. But I'm just so hurt. But anyway, guys, if y'all like this video or y'all pissed off with the video, just the way I am, leave a comment below. Love y'all, and if y'all new, hit the subscribe button.